Hi, in this episode of Toys Bag Center, we're going to be taking a look at these Dungeons and Dragons figures. I've already done a review of the Hank figure. These are made by Hasbro, and they are a 6-inch scale. We've got Diana, and then here we also have Bobby and Uni. So stick around and we'll check these out together. So I did like this Hank figure. I did a review on it already, so check it out. But I did want to say that Jeremy Lamastus watched that video, and he is a commenter, and he said that Hank's bow didn't have a string. It created magic arrows, and the string would appear made out of the same energy. And I said in that review that it was weird that it didn't have a string. So thanks, Jeremy, for letting me know that. So first of all, we're going to take a look at Diana. She's looking good in her outfit, and she's got a bow, and I really like the artwork at the front of this. It looks really good, and a picture of the figure. Now you will notice in the picture there's something different about the figure here than what is actually in the box. I got this from GameStop. If you get the Platinum card, which is a $10 card, it's good for a whole year, you get this price underneath on this tag. And luckily for us, I don't like price tags on my cards, so I'm just gonna pull that off. It comes off really easy and doesn't leave any sticky residue. So taking a look at this card a little closer, you can see her in action on the right hand side, and you can see the 40 on the top. I'm assuming this is 40th anniversary. And on the side, it says, Diana is known for her acrobatic talents and carries a javelin that can launch her high into the air. Here is the back of the box. You can see she comes with a 20-sided die. She has a staff, and she has a staff that has a trails that goes around it, so it looks like she's twirling it around. We also have two boxes on the bottom showing Bobby, Uni, and Hank. An interesting thing on the bottom of the box, it says plastic-free packaging, and then underneath it says accept tape and glue. What I find interesting is that the figure is made out of plastic too, but I guess she's not part of the packaging, so that doesn't count. I also want to take a look at the packaging for Bobby and Uni. The reason why is because you can connect these all together, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So let's take a look at the picture. It looks really good. The artwork is really nice. I really like the artwork for these figures. Whoever did the artwork has done a really great job. And I'm not sure if they took this artwork from the cartoon. It looks a lot better than the cartoon did. Although I haven't watched it since I was a kid, so I think I'll have to rewatch it again. And I believe that they get onto a roller coaster ride and go inside this dragon head, and that's what propels them into the Dungeons and Dragons world. And it says on the side, Bobby the Barbarian and his sidekick Uni the Unicorn are always ready for battle the forces of evil. I think that's supposed to say to battle the forces of evil. And all of these figures do have QR codes, and here is the D&D website if you want to go to it, playingdnd.com. Here's the back of the box. You can see how they posed him. I like how they do the poses on the back of the box. He has a 12-sided die here, and he also has a club. And it also shows the other two figures in this first wave, Hank and Diana. If you take all three of the sides of the boxes and put them together, then it completes a picture. But what you will notice is that although the background is extended from one box to the other, the characters get cut off. But I'm glad they did this. I think it looks really good, and as you collect all of them, maybe they'll extend this. That would be really neat. So let's get these figures out of the box. First, I'm going to take a look at Diana. She was the one that I thought was going to be really cool. And they are in scale with each other. Bobby is a lot shorter than Diana. And of course, Hank is around the same height as Diana. So they're all kind of in scale with each other. You'll notice that everything, as we open it up, it's all in paper bags, like tissue paper. and I'm really excited to get these open and check them out. I hope they make more waves. So first, looking at her, she looks really good, but the first thing I'm noticing is that her skin tone is a lot different than the skin tone from the front of the box. Now, playing around with her a little bit, she does have some pretty good articulation, just like Hank. She has ankle articulation, double knee joints, and she has articulation at the boot cut. She has wrist articulation. You got to be really careful with her wrists. They seem kind of delicate and really tight. Now, these joints are really brittle. Make sure that your figure is warm. I did notice an Instagram post that Pixel Dan made, and he was saying how he bought 2 of the Hanks and both of their wrists broke, although he did say that they were cold. So I would advise you not to move these around when they're cold. Their joints are really hard at first to move, and they're seem to be quite delicate. And unfortunately, they don't have double elbow joints, which I really think that they need with these figures. Her shoulder articulation goes up about this far. I do like the gold work around her biceps and around her neck. She does have chest articulation here. It looks really good where they have it cut. She does not have waist articulation, which is strange. Hank had both waist and chest articulation. Her legs do go up about this far, but her skirt does restrict the movement. I think it goes far enough though. It looks really good. Her legs are on ball joints, and she does have some nice head articulation too. The head goes around 360 degrees, and her hair is in a way that is not restricting her movement of the head too. And what I did notice that she doesn't have an upper leg swivel. And on the box, if you look really closely, you can see that the figure on the front of the box, the picture they took, has an upper leg swivel, which she is missing. She's got a 20-sided die. It's red. Here's a close-up look at it. Here is her staff. They call it a javelin. And here she's got a javelin with light trails, I think, of some sort, making it look like how it would look like in the cartoon. These are cartoon rendered characters, so they're supposed to look like the animation. Here I've got her posed as close as I can get to the front of the box, and she's looking really good. She's got great paint work. Let's take a look at the Bobby and Uni figure. Now I'm assuming the unicorn's not going to have a lot of articulation. It is a second figure, but it's kind of more of an accessory than a figure. But I think it's really cool that they did give us Uni in the same box as Bobby. I'm glad they didn't make it a separate purchase to get the sidekick. Taking a look at Bobby first, he does look quite a bit like the action figure on the front of the box. He's got a really cool hat. He does not have the same articulation as Diana though. Although Diana has a chest swivel, Bobby does not. Instead, he just has hip swivel. He doesn't have a boot cut. See how hard these knees are to move? They're very, very difficult to move. He's got a really weird ankle swivel. It's kind of strange how it feels like it's going to fall right off, actually. It's kind of weird. And he is a much shorter figure because he is a younger child. These are all kids, so some of them are teenagers and some of them are younger children. So he's more of a tween, maybe. I like the paintwork on his studs, on his chest piece, which is a separate piece. And it looks like he's got a belt and a belt buckle there. A couple bracelets with some studs. He doesn't have as good of a head articulation as the other one. It could be because of his hair, maybe, because his hair is a little longer and it comes down as quite thick, actually. Taking a look at Uni, she does have articulation at the neck, so that's kind of nice. It's nice to have that. I didn't expect a lot of articulation, but having the neck articulation is nice. It kind of reminds me of a My Little Pony, tell you the truth. And he also comes with a 12-sided die in that red, kind of a marble red color. Here's his club. You can see all of the sculpting work on that, and even on the very top of the club you can see the age rings. So again, I'm going to try to articulate him like he is articulated on the front of the box, and that looks pretty good. It's pretty close to what you can see on the box. I really do like these figures a lot. I find that these two figures, actually the paintwork on them is better than Hank's paintwork. Putting them on the turntable here, you can see I've got them in a different pose, and they look really good. These figures are fantastic. I am impressed with them, although I think that they could use the double elbow joints, but other than that, I am really happy with these figures, and I think the packaging is fantastic too. I'm not going to really use the packaging on display. I'm just going to be putting it somewhere on my shelf of boxes. But I do like these figures. They are cool. And I think if you're a Dungeons & Dragons fan and you like these characters, I think that you should pick them up. I really do hope that they make the other characters, including the Dungeon Master and some enemies too. That would be really cool. Who's to know? Maybe they'll make a playset. So thanks for watching. I'm Toys Back Zen. I hope you enjoyed this. If this video has earned your subscription, please like and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell down below. And Happy New Year!